So welcome, my name is Kira and this is the 7th of the 8 yoga classes that I'll be practicing with you in this beginner's yoga sequence. It's so amazing how we are deepening into spinal movements, twisting the rib cage, turning our shoulders and our hips, and just moving every single time through the sun salutation. That movement will strengthen our arms, strengthen our spine, strengthen our whole body in wellness. So as always, rest if you need to. Make the movements smaller or slow them down at any stage. Really listening to your body and how it is today in this moment. Often I say in classes that if you drove to Dublin yesterday or dug the garden yesterday, you will feel that in your body and you need to adjust the movements accordingly. So great, come lie on the floor. All the way down. So knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Hands, they can rest either long beside you or you can rest your hands on your belly. And just notice what you feel in this moment. Maybe you feel the temperature of the room that you're resting in. Maybe you hear the sounds of the room that you're in right now. Perhaps with your eyes open or even with your eyes closed, you can sense the light quality in the room. Can you smell the sense of the air around you? Can you taste the taste in your mouth? Really deepening into your senses, settling into that feeling of perception that we have. Noticing the contact between you and the floor, the back of your head, your shoulders, the way your spine is resting long along the floor, the resting of your pelvis, your sacrum and your lower back. The feeling of your feet on the floor. Allow yourself to settle a bit deeper into the earth, a bit deeper into the ground beneath you. These are skills that we have been practicing the last few classes. That every time we're slowing down, we're gathering ourselves in and being present to this moment in our bodies. Feeling, sensing, being in our bodies. As you rest here, where is there a sense of okayness in your body? Maybe a sense of comfort, perhaps very mundanely, you might enjoy the feeling of the clothing that you're wearing, or the way your body is in contact with the floor. The sense of your breath or whatever it might be. Just notice the places and your connection to those places, the wellness in your body. Nice. So as always, reach your arms wide and rest your arms out into a T. And then drop your knees from side to side. And every time we start the classes like this, and we have repeated certain patterns in every class, and it's to give us a sense of reassurance about what it is that you're learning, the growth of learning and repeating, and then also including new movements every time. So as you travel from one side to the other, what do you now know, or how do you feel the way the weight of your body travels? The way the movement of your knees stretches the hips, the way your clothing is moving on your body. Nice. Come back to center. We're going to move into gliders next. So drop your knees down towards the right and then glide your left foot to the top of the right foot, to the right knee, and then perhaps in the direction of your right shoulder. And then gliding back, both feet to the floor, knees to the left, Glide with your right foot to foot, foot to knee, and then knee in the direction of your shoulder, and coming all the way back. And as you glide over towards the right again, hear the movement in your rib cage, that sense of the breath, the movement, the flow in your body. How would you make this movement smoother and perhaps slower in your body? How do you sense that flowing, deepening connection as you glide in one direction and then in the other direction? Nice. Come all the way back to center. So bring your arms to center and draw your right knee up onto your chest and squeeze it deeply down. Feel that reassuring contact between your belly and your thigh. And then lift your left foot off the floor and just let your left leg travel. So that might be where your toes just tap the floor and then draw up towards you and tap the floor, or you might begin to stretch and lengthen into the front of your left leg. Just traveling, really enjoying that opening of, that unraveling or unfolding of the left leg. Nice. Bring both knees towards you, squeeze them in with both hands, and then bring both feet to the floor. Just pause there for a moment. Correct. Draw your left knee up towards you, interlock your fingers and squeeze the left knee deeply down. Again, feel that reassuring contact, that compression, that deep sense of your left hip. And then begin to travel with the right. So lift the right foot up and let your knee travel up in the direction of your forearm, and maybe your toes just tap the floor closely. As you travel up, continue in the range of wellness for your body. Traveling up and out perhaps. Up and out. Just hearing that in your body, sensing, feeling the movement of wellness within you. Great. Squeeze both knees up towards you and just rock gently with your knees from side to side. I'm rolling like a ball, so my elbows are traveling, my shoulder and hip are compressing at the same time. So I go towards the right and I go towards the left. Elbows to the floor, and then just roll your knees in a circle. As you circle your knees, just feel the clock on the back of your pelvis, this rolling, rounding feeling of the traveling direction of the compression is really like a clock. Can you feel every minute on that clock? Every hour on that clock perhaps? And then in the other direction. Listening, hearing, feeling. Nice. So from here, bring the 2 feet to the floor and just pausing there, let your feet land, and then cross the right foot over the top of the left. And then push your elbows down, flatten your lower back into the floor, and lift the left foot off the floor and squeeze that up towards you. And then lower the left foot to the floor, let that land. Relax through your belly. One more time. Brace your elbows, flatten your lower back, lift your left foot off the floor. And then lower your left foot to the floor, uncross your thighs. Other side. So cross the left foot over the top of the right. So my left foot is dangling down beside my right ankle. From here, flatten into the lower back, push your elbows down, lift your right foot off the floor, squeeze them up towards you. Lower your right foot to the floor, relax your belly, relax your back. Again, elbows connect, lower back connects. Lift your right foot off the floor, draw it up towards you, squeezing in. Lower your right foot to the floor, both feet to the floor. Nice, just swaying from one side to the other, just easing out. How wonderful. Nice. So rolling over and coming into your cat pose. So your hands are underneath your knees. No, your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And you have that sense of length through your spine. And just rounding your back, tuck your chin under and look towards your navel. Arching your back, lift your chest and look forward. Round your back, tuck your chin under, looking towards your navel. Arching your back and look forward. So we're going to include knee movement in this. So bring your right foot to where your right knee was and sit your bum back towards your left heel, and that's going to compress your right thigh into your chest. Rock forward, let your knee almost touch the floor and glide the right leg long. Keep your toe on the floor or it can float just above the floor. Bend your knee, toe to where your knee was. Sit your bum back. Rock forward, glide that right leg long. Maybe your toe floats a tiny bit off the floor. Last time, bend your knee, toe to the floor. Sit your bum back. And then stretch your right leg long. Super. Knee to the floor, other side. Bend your left knee, toe to where your knee was. Sit your bum back towards your heel. Stretch your left leg long. Maybe it glides along the floor, maybe it floats. Bend your knee, toe to where your knee was. Sit your bum back. Lengthen out into your legs, stretching long. Maybe your toe floats a little bit off the floor. Last time. Bend your knee, sit your bum back. And then stretching out through that leg, toe floats just above the floor. Both knees to the floor. Sit your bum back into your child's pose. Pausing there. Forehead's dropping down. Arms are long in front of you. Breathing into your rib cage. Really dropping your breath. Nice, coming all the way up. So we're going to try a similar movement but in the downward dog. So lift your knees off the floor, draw your right knee a little bit towards your chest, and then stretch your right leg long and just touch the floor a little bit out from you. And draw your right knee in towards you and then touch away, touching the floor. One more time. Right knee comes in towards you. Stretch the right leg long. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Same on the left side. Left knee comes in towards you. Stretch the left leg long. Left knee in towards you. Stretch the left leg long. Last one. Left knee in towards you. Stretch it long. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Come lie on your belly. So come all the way down onto the floor. You're lying on your belly. And just bring your hands so they rest directly beneath your shoulders. And drop your head down. I always like kind of shimming a little bit, feeling like I'm on the floor with ease. Nice. Tuck your chin in. And I'm not pushing into my hands, just lift your face away from the floor. I'm drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. My hands are really light on the floor. Nice. Drop your head down and then lift the right foot a little bit off the floor. Maybe your right thigh gets a little bit lighter. Nice. Drop your foot down, lift your face so your hands are light on the floor. but you're lifting your face away from the floor. And drop your forehead down. Lift the left foot up. Nice. So feel like you lift your head, drop your foot. Drop your head, lift your foot. So I'm doing the right foot now. I lift my head. I drop my head, lift the left foot. Lift. Right foot. Lift. Left foot. Nice. Bend your elbows. Let your forehead rest on the back of your hands. Just feel like your hips are comfortable, your legs are long. Breath is down into your belly, and it's really quite amazing how deeply your breath moves into your belly. I'm going to move my position, but you stay where you are. Just for the next move, it's easier to see me if I change. So you're lying on your belly, your head is resting on the back of your hands. Nice. So now lift up and bring both hands to rest either side of your chest, and they're out to the sides of your mat. Correct. Stretch your right arm long, and then slowly pushing into your left hand, roll your body over till you're lying on the side of the right side of your body. Nice. Come back to center. And again, roll over. You're listening to the front of your right shoulder deeply as you rock over onto the right side. Bend your left knee and just let your left foot hang out there. You're not doing anything with it. Come back to center, straighten your left leg. One last time. Bend your knee, glide your left foot in the direction of the right, and just feel that through the body. Let's come back to center. Both hands to the floor. Stretch your left arm long and just push into the right hand and roll over onto the left side. Both legs are straight. Come back onto your belly. Push into your right hand, roll over onto your left side. Come back onto your belly. This time, bend your right knee, roll over onto your side. Maybe your toe touches the floor somewhere over on the left side. Come back to your belly. So we're going to glide from side to side. So bend both elbows. Stretch your right arm long. Bend your left knee and tap the floor over towards the right. Maybe your toe touches, maybe it doesn't. Bring both feet back to center. Both hands back to center. Stretch your left arm long. Touch with your right foot over towards the left. This move is called scorpion. It's got that tail thing going on. Stretch your right arm. Rock your left foot over. Coming back. And last one, stretch your left arm long. And bring your right foot over. Nice. And coming back. Take rest. Bring your head to the rest on the back of your hands. And just really feel that sense of sinking, resting, pausing. Nice. So tuck your toes under. Bring your elbows to the floor. Lift your belly up by pushing your elbows down. Walk your elbows or your knees a little bit in. And push down into your hands. And then tuck your toes under. Lift your knees off the floor. Walk your feet forward. We're going to come into farmer pose, so bring your elbows to your knees and just pause there. Bring your hands to your knees and then roll all the way up to stand. And just feel just that amazing satisfaction of standing tall. Feet are on the floor, spine is lengthening. Great. So come forward to the front of your mat. So standing tall, feet are steady and solid on the floor. You have that sense of lengthening through the whole of your spine, all that space we're creating through the body. Reach down into your fingers, reach wide, Palms come together, reaching up and looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch your right foot back, just pausing there for a moment. And then step your left foot back. Plank pose. Drop your knees to the floor. Lower your belly all the way down. Bring your right elbow under your shoulder. Bring your left elbow under your shoulder. Interlock your fingers. Squeeze your bum. Lift your toes off the floor. And then pushing your elbows down, rise through your spine. So how has this changed? This is the 13th time you've done this movement with me now, if you've gone through the whole sequence. So just have a sense, how does this movement feel through your neck, through your shoulders? How does the evolution of a steady and slow progressive practice feel in your body? Nice. Lowering down, elbows push down, reverse. Cat pose, reverse, downward dog. And then slowly walking forward to the front of your mat. Bending your knees, rounding up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back into a lunge position. Lengthening, just pausing there. Stepping back into a plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Nice. Left elbow down, right elbow down. Interlock your fingers, squeeze through your bum, lift through your toes, push your elbows down, and rise. And just feel it, sense it, lengthening. And draw your shoulders away from your ears. And get taller by looking a little bit higher. Nice. Lowering down, push your elbows down, reverse backwards. Reverse backwards. Nice. Slowly walking forwards all the way to the front of your mat. Bend your knees, rounding up. Reach your arms wide, palms come together. Looking up, reaching up, palms come to rest in front of your chest. So we're going to come straight down onto the floor from here. So come, lie on your mat. And as always, notice how you sit on the floor, how you arrive down, and then come to lie on the floor all the way down. Bring your feet to land, and as we do every single time we land on the floor, just check in with your spine and the whole of your body. That transition down onto the floor is a really interesting moment in the body. So bring your feet as wide as your mat. You should feel the edges of your mat underneath your feet. And then stretch your arms out wide beside you and drop both knees down towards the right. Turn your head towards the right and sink deeply through your hips and your belly. Your left shoulder is resting on the floor. Allow yourself to soften through that left thigh and sink through the belly. Breath is deep and steady. Your gaze is soft and towards your right hand. Nice. Bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back up to center. You should still feel the edges of your mat underneath your feet. And then drop both knees down towards the left and turn your head towards the left, towards that left hand. And just softening through your face, soften through your shoulders, soften through your belly and your hips. Nice. And then bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back up to center. Tuck your arms in long beside you and then heel toe your feet until your knees are directly underneath. Your feet are directly underneath your knees. So push your feet down into the floor and begin to roll up along your spine. And just feel the squeeze of your buttocks and the lift of your hips. Pause there. Stay there with your arms on the floor, or reach down into your fingers and extend your arms straight up towards the ceiling and round your shoulders forward as you reach up and forward. Breath is in your belly. Hear the wellness of you, the strength of you in this moment. Nice. Slowly rolling down. Great. From here, bring your ankles together and then drop your knees wide and bring the soles of your feet together. Your hands, they can rest on your belly and flatten your lower back down into the floor. So have a sense of pulling your spine so there's no space between the lower back and the floor. Hands rest on your belly. Breath is down into your belly. Noticing sensations, being in your wellness. If this feels too strong for any reason, then lift your knees a little bit up. You can modify, you can create your version of any pose. Nice. From here, roll so that the soles of your feet come to the floor. Keep your knees together and your ankles together. Drop both knees down towards the right and just pause there. Squeezing your knees together, ankle bones are touching, left shoulder is deep and steady on the floor. Breath is in your belly. Nice. Bring your feet back to the floor till they land flat, and then drop both knees down towards the left, keeping your ankle bones touching. Squeeze your knees towards each other. Deepen the contact of that right shoulder into the floor. Breathing, slowing things down, connecting, and then coming all the way back to center. So you have the choice of keeping your knees bent if you wish, or stretching your legs out long, and just feel or sense what would be the most comfortable, most resourcing thing to do in this moment. And settling yourself, positioning yourself in a way that feels very comfortable and that you can rest into. Just sensing the back of your head resting on the floor, softening into your forehead, relaxing the space between your eyebrows, relaxing the eyelids, the lines of expression around your eyes, softening the skin on your face, your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your throat, relaxing and releasing. The collarbones, the rib cage, the heart as it beats within your chest, the lungs, the diaphragm, and all of your organs down into your belly, the front of your pelvis, the front of your thighs, your knees relaxing, your shins relaxing, the front of your feet, your toes, the spaces between your toes, the balls of your feet, the arches, your heels. Really deeply resting, relaxing, and softening. Your calves, the backs of your knees, your thighs, your buttocks, your lower back, the back of your rib cage, and the length of your spine as it travels deeply through your torso. Feeling your shoulder blades resting on the floor, the way your arms rest on the floor, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, and all of your fingers and thumbs. And the back of your neck, the whole of your body resting. The whole of your body resting. Feeling the weight from the front of your body dropping into the back, and the weight of your legs and your arms really settling into the floor. Nice. So you can stay there as long as you like. You can rest there on the floor and really take this time to rest longer and deeper. Or just begin to wiggle into your toes and stretch into your fingers and reach your arms overhead and elongate through your body. Perhaps you bend your knees, perhaps you rock from side to side. Nice. Traveling through the journey of how it is that you awaken. Maybe you roll over onto your side and slowly come all the way up. How gorgeous. So that was number 7 of the 8 classes. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this dive, this deepening into what it is to begin and move in the different ways that we do in yoga. So I'm looking forward to seeing you for class number 8. So be well, and I will see you then. Thank you.